Hey everyone, it's October 18th, and that means that if today's your birthday, you share it with Polish serial killer Zdzislaw Marchwicki, known as the Zaglevi Vampire, who was convicted of murdering 14 victims between 1964 and 1970. And that is him right over there. And I'd like to apologize for my terrible Polish pronunciation. There's a lot of consonants in a row that I am not used to trying to pronounce. Born in 1927, Marchwicki's father had been married 5 times and bore 4 children from different women, with the half-siblings becoming close despite the chaotic home life. I haven't found much about his upbringing, but in 1964, he and his siblings embarked on a murder spree that left 14 women dead, allegedly. It seems very possible that the family was just railroaded and didn't actually commit the crimes of which they were convicted. Women were being attacked in southern Poland, with Marchwicki running up behind women on the street and bashing them in the head, then beating them until they died. There were 7 victims who survived in addition to the 14 that died, and he was alleged to have groped his victims after they were unconscious, but didn't engage in acts of necrophilia. The first victim was attacked in November of 1964, a 15-year-old girl who had been beaten to death and left with her genitalia exposed. An investigation turned up no leads. 2 more fatal attacks were carried out the next January and March, followed by one in which the victim survived in May. Due to the similarities in MO, the police believed they were dealing with a serial killer who they nicknamed the Zaglebi Vampire. The authorities tried to keep the news under wraps, but rumors spread throughout the community, leading to a panic among the public, and policewomen were placed on the streets in an attempted sting operation. 11 attacks occurred in 1965, including the murder of the niece of the man who would become Poland's leader in the 1970s. It wasn't until 1968 that the police appealed to the public for their assistance in providing leads as to who was stalking women in the region. Due to a large reward they offered, they were swamped with false leads, many of which were sent in as retribution over neighborly disputes, and they had to attempt to filter through all of these to find the truth. They attempted to compile a profile of who the killer may be, and started to look for any men in the area that matched the characteristics they believed he had. 267 possible suspects emerged from this effort, with Marchwicki considered the 4th most likely to be the man they were looking for. The first 3 suspects were cleared, and in 1970 another woman was attacked with a different man writing a confession to not only that murder, but the previous 13 as well before he killed his family and himself. But since that man had set his house on fire with the bodies inside, he had no fingerprints that could be compared to the little evidence that the police had been able to discover. In November of 1971, Marchwicki's wife sent a letter to the authorities accusing her husband of being the killer, and he was quickly arrested and publicized as being the vampire. Some investigators believed him to be guilty, while others thought it was a false lead. His brothers were soon arrested as well, believed to have assisted in at least the last murder in 1970. His sister, her lover, and son were all taken in as well, with the police believing them to have assisted with various aspects of the crimes. All 6 were convicted in 1975, with Marchwicki being hanged in 1977, his brother also being executed, and the rest receiving prison sentences of various lengths. But in 1998, a documentary was released that argued that they were all innocent of the charges, and the result remains controversial to this day. Did Marchwicki kill 14 women in Poland? We'll probably never know for sure. If this is your birthday, I hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know someone whose birthday it is today, send them this video so they can find out all about their birthday twin. And to Zdzislaw Marchwicki, I say, happy birthday, you bastard.